So I know a lot of people have been using submachine guns lately in all their build guides and one-hit sniper builds. I'm here to show you that can be done with pretty much all guns in the game. ARs, shotguns, submachine guns, LMGs can all be used. So here's what I'm running now. As my weapons, I'm using the P416 with strained, which is the must-have on this build, increasing your crit hit damage as your armor drops. Next is my ACS-12. I prefer the automatic spam shotguns rolled with strain and actually with optimized to make it easier to handle since I'm on console. As for weapon attachments, typically I run the crit hit chance hollow sight. You get this from level 3 control points, random drop, crit hit chance laser pointer, side mission, stability mod compensator, and the extended mag side mission, I believe, 30 rounds additional, so it gives me the 60 round mag. Basically the main goal here of your build is to retain a high amount of health. I have 85k currently. I can get that to 95k at the cost of about 6% crit hit chance. But basically you want to keep that health high because you want to lose your armor so you can react with the max amount of damage using berserk and strained on your weapon. In this way you'll be doing a lot more weapon damage and crit hit damage to your targets. Looking at my weapon stats, here I'm sitting at 54% crit hit chance. That's on my AR and my shotgun. Current cap is 60%, so I'm right under where I want to be. My target's to get it up to 60% without sacrificing too much health or armor. Minimal crit hit damage, headshot damage, that doesn't really matter for this build. Alright, so going into the gear pieces here, we're going to typically use the same thing that these SMG builds call for. Your mask, you just want to be able to get health crit hit chance on it. I've got Gilligard for the armor bonus as my brand set. Just get the one piece, that's fine. Then on my chest piece, I got health percent. As you see, a health bonus armor crit hit chance. That's what you want to roll for attributes. And Berserk, which is imperative for this build. For your holster, you want surgical on there for the better crit hit chance, typically on the AR builds. For your backpack, I'm running the Wyvern for the crit hit damage, gear set, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, health. You want Vital 100% on this, and Safeguard. Those two talents are important for this build. Your gloves, typical, you've heard it from now, clutch gloves. I got crit hit chance on there now. I also have a set that has health if I want the additional health for a submachine gun build. I'd also like to point out here, clutch works on shotguns, even though it doesn't say that. You actually get that bonus. I'll show it later. Your knee pads, you want health again, and patience is the important role on your knee pads for your talents. And pretty much you just want to run health and crit hit chance on all your attributes for all your gear if you can, and run this whole entire setup here, and you just do slight variations, replacing assault rifle damage with submachine gun damage for a submachine gun build per se, or with LMGs you switch it to LMG damage. So pretty much this build can be used with any weapon depending on what specialization and gear you roll. Currently, as you saw earlier, I'm running a shotgun and assault rifle. So I actually picked survivalist for this. I like the damage boost across both platforms, and I actually use my rifle and shotgun hand in hand even in PvP. So I would recommend, if you're going with a build similar to mine, use survivalist. If you're using submachine guns, I recommend, especially on console, demolitionist. The submachine gun damage is nice, but on top of that, the talents that you actually get here on the bottom right hand side are really good. the ability to ignore an explosion, as well as reload your ammo automatically when your armor is actually reduced to 0, or amazing perks. I think they go well with the submachine gun. Sharpshooter, actually, I would use for the light machine gun. You get the headshot damage, which is good, but you also get the reload speed bonus and the stability bonus that makes it just a lot more easier to use the light machine gun. If you wanted to run a rifle, you'd probably stick in this build as well. And from what people are saying, sharpshooter can pretty much be used with all builds, especially if you're good at hitting those headshots. I also wanted to mention, when using light machine guns or maybe rifles, you might have to do slight modifications, like remove berserk on your chest piece or remove strain on your rifle. For example, with light machine guns, I would replace strain with unhinged to get that 25% weapon damage boost. Here we're in the firing range, and I'm just showing you my DPS, which was 400k. That's at full armor, and I wanted to show with no armor as well.
Serious trauma detected.
As you can see, our DPS went up substantially on the target, and pairing this, basically dropping your armor and shooting with the shield that allows you to use rifles, submachine guns, and shotguns, will allow you to basically absorb a lot more damage. Using your safeguard and clutch gloves, you'll be able to heal yourself through your crits and mitigate a lot of damage coming in from the shield. I found using this with a shotgun will actually counter the Vector 100% of the time at a point blank engagement. So here I have my friend. He's currently running 200k armor LMG build. We're here in the occupied dark zone. They're basically going to do a test here to see just how much DPS this build can do to armor builds. So even using the AR at point blank range, I was able to out DPS him and still keep about 40k health. This is going to be with the AA-12. Obviously I have the advantage, but at no armor, just like in the Vector builds. If we go ahead and do our face trade, I will be able to out DPS him with no armor and actually retain more health than I did with the AR at full armor. I wanted to show you the shield flipping technique I use, pretty much to counter the Vector SMG builds running around right now. And what happens is, in a gunfight, if somebody shoots me, I'll allow them to break close to 90% of my armor, and then I'll proceed to pull out my shield with either my assault rifle or shotgun, depending on my range, and be able to burst them down without losing pretty much any health or armor. The shield will actually mitigate most of the damage for the burst, and any armor health that I do lose, I will gain through my gloves. Finally, this is just a clip showcasing that the clutch gloves actually do work with shotguns. As you can see, the crit hits are restoring my armor here. By now you can tell that this build is strikingly similar to the SMG build metas that are going around, but I just really wanted to showcase more of, you don't need to use the submachine gun to perform well in the Division 2. Everybody's telling everyone to use 2 submachine guns, stick to those close range engagements, but pulling out the assault rifle, light machine gun, even rifles on this build is completely viable if you roll the right perks on them. I just like to use shotguns, and I don't like to follow the meta. I don't think it's fun that everybody runs the same exact weapons. I've never been one to stick with the current meta. So I guess I just pretty much wanted to make this build guide just to showcase what a gear set would look like with pretty good rolled talents and perks on your gear. I'd say I'm pretty much maxed out where I want to be before Tier 5 comes out. But also I just wanted to showcase that even right now in the current meta, you are not subjected to just using a submachine gun like a lot of people are saying now. I find that I win pretty much all my encounters against an SMG user in a 1v1 at point blank range with a shotgun, and mid range with my assault rifle. There's that median in between the two where that SMG might perform better, but I'd like to have the variety to be able to kill people up close as well as at a medium to long range. So that concludes my build guide video for the assault rifle and shotgun. Like I said, you can use this submachine guns, obviously, light machine guns, and I would even try it with the rifle. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like. And I'm going to leave you here with a couple of clips from Occupied Dark Zone, as well as a match of Conflict, just so you can see the build in action in a natural environment. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Now entering an occupied dark zone. Vital signs critical. Boost about to come online. Boost online.
enemy can't keep up. They're about to get pulled out.
Deactivate.
Victory. They won't be coming back now.